Well, guys, we got him back, and this time is for a completely different reason. I sent a video to him yesterday. It was so compelling, and I mean, this video got 1 million views in under 12 hours. The one we're going to play first, I'm not sure exactly how many views, but it's up there, 328, and they're so well produced. You got to see this for yourself because there's a punchline to this that we'll leave for a little bit down the trough, okay? But let's go ahead and share my screen. And you guys tell me what you think of what you're about to see. Larry, just give me a thumbs up if you could see my screen. Yes. Okay, perfect. And give me a thumbs up if you can hear it.
6 hours of verifying the tape's authenticity, a move that former federal prosecutors are calling virtually unprecedented in modern American jurisprudence. The individuals named on those warrants reportedly include figures that nobody expected to see in handcuffs. The marshals deployed aren't local, they're federal, and their orders come directly from a judge who has clearly seen enough. Here's what the Witness 14 tape actually reveals. According to verified transcripts now circulating among legal experts and journalists, the recording captures a protected witness describing a systematic operation to obstruct justice, tamper with evidence, and intimidate other witnesses in the case. This is it. This is what everyone's talking about. The witness, whose identity remains sealed by court order, reportedly details how they were personally directed to destroy documents, alter digital records, and coordinate false testimony with at least 4 other individuals. The tape includes specific dates, March 14th, April 2nd, and May 19th of this year. It names 3 previously unidentified co-conspirators, and it describes payments, cash payments totaling over $340,000 distributed specifically to silence potential witnesses. According to legal analysts who reviewed authenticated portions, the level of specificity is staggering. The witness reportedly states, quote, "I was told exactly what to say. They gave me a script. When I asked what would happen if I didn't follow it, they made it very clear. My family would face consequences." This wasn't witness preparation. This was witness tampering at a level that prosecutors say constitutes racketeering. But here's the kicker. The tape also captures Witness 14, describing a meeting where alleged destruction of evidence was discussed in explicit detail. The recording reportedly includes the witness recounting how documents were shredded, hard drives were degaussed, and cloud backups were systematically deleted, all while the investigation was active and subpoenas had already been issued. Former federal prosecutor Marcus Webb told the Daily Beast that this recording represents the clearest documented evidence of obstruction I've seen in 30 years of practice. The specificity is what makes this devastating. The witness doesn't speak in generalities. They provide badge numbers of individuals allegedly involved, physical descriptions of locations where illegal meetings occurred, direct quotes from conversations they participated in, banking information related to alleged payoffs, names of attorneys who allegedly facilitated the scheme, and it gets worse. The tape's final segment reportedly contains Witness 14 describing threats made against their own children. The witness states that photographs of their kids' school were sent to their personal phone, accompanied by a message reading testimony.
Done? What do you think?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
more than enough.
Yeah. Okay.
So
So check this out.
we'll
Let's go.
break into. We got 2 videos. We'll break into both of them and give you some analysis. You go
All right,
first.
let's go to the next video, right?
No.
next-
Let's stay on this one for a second.
Right.
I got some specific comments to make about this one.
Sure.
So they don't do these things without intent and purpose. So let's look at this. First of all, look at the quality of the picture. Look at what's behind you. Look at the way the man's dressed. It makes you look at this and think it's really professional. Now, here's the tip, though. Did you watch him? Did you listen to him? Did you notice that a real person, see what I just did? I stopped for a second. A real person has a change in cadence. They stop to think, they stand or they stumble. When it's an AI, so just so you can have the first tip, the cadence is perfect. It never changes. It's a machine. It's a machine like. But now I want to talk about the content of this. So if you were to look at this and say, well, what is it that they're trying to accomplish with this? Because as Mel said before we came on air, the software to do this is very expensive and very time consuming. So there has to be a purpose. When you see one of these, they're going to fall into certain categories and there's going to be a purpose. So the purpose for this one, in my opinion, is we are about to come out with massive amounts of what? Whistleblowers that are going to damn the opposition, that are going to talk about particular politicians that are caught in racketeering. Videos are going to talk about election fraud, and they're going to be very, very threatening to the black hats. So this kind of stuff is put out early to get you to subliminally think, well, maybe what I'm looking at is fake news, maybe whatever. So we have to understand we're in a war. It's an information war. It's not a kinetic war. And basically, they're trying to psychologically mess with your mind. So when you see things like this and there's an agenda, then you know you better be careful. So the agenda here is to basically set the groundwork so we'll be skeptical when we see the real truth come out. Mel, back to you.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to this next video. Very well produced. You can see the video with the lady, right? I just switched it.
Mhm.
Okay. Very well produced. Obviously, these people have a lot of money. Like you said, there might be white hats getting set in the stage, getting ready, prepped, whatever, because of what's to come. There's no doubt. But the amount of time and money and effort that goes into something like this is paramount. I know. Okay. I'm now a filmmaker. I'm about to come out with Dear Mr. President, Show Me the Money Part 2. Okay. And that's coming out at the Quantum Summit in Cape Canaveral, March 27th, 28th, 29th. There's going to be a bunch of speakers there. It's going to be a 3-day event. You don't want to miss it. There's also going to be a free energy technology motor on stage with Jerry Reed. It's going to be unbelievable. Here we go.
In court, or if he tries to nationalize the banks to save his accounts, that is the moment the cabinet has to act. The asset seizure creates a conflict of interest so massive that it threatens the stability of the executive branch. His personal survival is now at odds with the legal order of the country. This is exactly what the founders feared. This is why the emoluments clause exists. This is why blind trusts exist. Trump refused all of that, and now the bill is due.
Have you ever wondered,
Wonderful. We got a commercial in the middle of the darn thing. Can you imagine? So let me just pause that. Let me play it with no volume. And let me go back to skipping.
If the receiver sells 40 Wall Street next week, what is it worth? In 2023, it was valued at maybe $300 million optimistically. But in 2026, commercial real estate in NYC is already hurting from remote work. Interest rates just spiked because of the Japan crisis. And everyone knows it's a forced sale. It's a fire sale. Vultures like Blackstone or foreign sovereign wealth funds will come in and offer pennies on the dollar. We'll give you $50 million for the lease. The receiver might have to take it. So Trump loses the building, but the sale price doesn't even cover the judgment. He loses the asset and still owes the money. He gets stripped clean and stays in debt. This is the brutality of forced liquidation in a bear market. It destroys equity. The billions Trump claims to have could evaporate into millions or zero once the liquidity discount is applied. What does Putin think when he sees this? What does Xi Jinping think? They see a weak American leader. They see a leader who can't even protect his own house. In authoritarian cultures, power is absolute. The idea that a local judge could take the emperor's palace is laughable. They interpret this as American chaos. Democracy doesn't work. Look at them. They are eating their own president. This emboldens them. It makes the Greenland threats look like bluffs. If he can't stop Letitia James, how is he going to stop the People's Liberation Army? The projection of power relies on the projection of stability. The sheriff's notice on Trump Tower is a billboard advertising American instability to the world. Remember the Greenland deal we talked about yesterday? The strategic partnership that relied on U.S. corporate investment. Those CEOs are watching this. They are seeing the Japan crash. They are seeing the president's legal meltdown. Are they going to commit billions to a Greenland project led by this administration? Or are they going to wait and see? The deal might fall apart because the closer, Trump, is busy fighting off the repo man. The policy agenda.
Again, this is artificial intelligence on steroids, and I got bamboozled. I would have, if I would have asked my wife yesterday, I would have saved myself a lot of energy and a lot of emotion because this particular video here with the lady really got me freaking crazy. And my wife looked at it today for 12 seconds. She looked at it, she goes, artificial intelligence. Because she's got an eye for that kind of stuff. My wife doesn't talk a lot. She conserves her energy into being intelligent. She is intelligent. She picked it out immediately because she knows what to look for. She's a computer gal, right? But you know, even the lips. Can you see how even the lips were synchronized with the sound perfectly? You can't tell anymore. This is where we reach the danger zone, my friend. What do you think?
Yes, I want to make one comment though. I think you said something before when you meant to say something else. You said these were white hat films. No, both of these, in my opinion, were black hat films because the first one was all about setting us up so we wouldn't believe
Oh,
when the
when it
truth came
comes,
out.
okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I got you.
And this one was to make us skeptical about Donald Trump, but there's more. Here's what you see in the mainstream media. They're doing the same thing here. So she mentioned a couple of things that were factual. She mentioned what happened with Japan, with the meltdown, with the financial meltdown, with the reverse carry trade. She mentioned what was going on in Greenland. Now that gives you some credibility. So you think, well, the rest of it's true. Now here's what they do. You have to be very careful, folks. What they do this on Fox all the time. They give you some actual truth. Then they give you a half truth. Then they give you an out and out lie. And then when you're done, you have no idea what to think. They want us distracted. They want us against one another. They want to create division. They want to basically create political angst. And they want to basically come against, if it's a Democrat, he's coming against a Republican. If it's a Republican, he's coming against the Democrat. These are all basically created for a reason, for a motivation. They want to suppress in terms of the things that Mel does here. They want to suppress silver. They want to suppress XRP. They want to keep those prices down. They're telling you, I remember a few weeks ago, they were saying silver was about $65. Folks, it's time to get out. It's time to get out. Now, remember, the banks have been suppressing silver for decades. So then I went and did a little homework and I found out that, the bank that suppressed them the most was JP Morgan. And in the midst of these skyrocketing prices, they got out of all their paper contracts and they bought $22 billion worth of silver at spot price $65. So what's that tell me? Now that's disassociated from the information I was getting from the people telling me to get out of silver. So they basically want to keep silver down. They want to basically drive the narrative to whatever it is they want, but they want chaos, they want confusion, they want misdirection, one other thing that they focus around, they're doing warmongering. So you see a lot of these things that are all about what's happening on a day-to-day basis. And I know people are focused on that, but they come in and they twist it. And you don't know who's who, you don't know what the cause or the justification is, and it all makes you nervous and think, oh my God, we're going to go into World War III. So they want to create fear. So you have to look at these as psychological warfare, as misinformation, as misdirection. And like Mel said, they're easy enough to tell. They're high quality, but you can look at them and the cadence of the voice is never changes. And there's words that they always mispronounce that give it away. So you just need to be careful. When you see something like this, go out and cross-reference it with other things. Go out and look at Chat GDP. Go out and find another video that either confirms or exposes what you're looking at. But they want you to they think your attention span is so short. You look at this, you'll get all wired up, and then you'll go on to the next thing, and here you are, all prepped with misinformation. So that's about all I got to say on it, Mel. I'll go
Great.
back to you.
No, perfect, man. Let me just share my screen here real quick. Got to give ourselves some plugs because this is going to be a very exciting event. And here we are. Tickets go on sale, guys, as early as tonight or tomorrow. Okay. So here we are. These are the speakers that are lined up so far. We got many more in the queue. We got the Senator Finchman. We got Jerry Reed was blowing up. He's going to be probably over 500,000, 600,000 people by the time the summit gets you, the junior summit. Jim Gale, Larry Ballard, you're there. We put you in a suit. See that? Artificial intelligence. Okay. We got Tom Alhouse, who created the movie The Matrix will be there. Mike Barra, Carrie Wagner, Heather Holmes, my good friend Brian Monkey, Shaman, XRP Shaman, who we are developing. He's extremely talented, and more will come. We just made the announcement just a couple of days ago, and so far these guys says, yeah, we had fun last time. We want to come again this time. So that's just a sign of things to come. And look, guys, QFS1776.com. All right. Or if you want to go shopping there, you can go shopping there. If you want to follow our social media, all of our social media is listed there. I'm not going to put a commercial in the beginning of this video. CarminesGold.com. Yes, we could still get you silver. We're one of the very few ones that could still get you silver within 2 weeks, delivered to your doorstep. Okay. And also, if you need a large amount of XRP, I can get you any amount. The smallest amount I can get you is $10,000. Okay, please do not call me. We're not negotiating. That's it. That's the minimum, 10,000. Okay, and do not call me the social. Had some guy call me, a poor guy, really nice guy. I feel sorry for the guy. He's losing his house. He had my number, and I say always, don't call me to socialize. It's not a socializing number. The guy calls me from Washington State to tell me he's losing his house. I feel bad for the guy. There's nothing I could do. Maybe 107 could do something. There's nothing 107 could do either. It's unfortunate. And also, if you happen to be in the area in Cape Canaveral, come by and say hello. We're at Staying Alive, 166 Center Street, stayingalive.com, alive with 2 E's. And come check out what the body could do when you sit in a system that recharges your cells. Larry, thank you for coming on short notice. This is real fast, down and dirty, but we got to make everybody aware. You know how I found out, by the way, that was artificial intelligence? You're going to laugh. I had to ask another artificial intelligence if there was a seizure on Donald Trump's properties and jets and airplanes and helicopters, and it said bullshit. There's none of that. It's all hogwash. So it took one artificial intelligence to tell me another artificial intelligence is full of shit.
You just reminded me of something else to say. We want to be discriminating. This is an important time when we have to know what's going on, because we'll be dangerous ourselves if we're operating off of misinformation. So here's what I do. I'm not a newscaster. So these people who go out and they do these shows every day, more power to them. And they're young, typically younger than me, and they're very, very good researchers. But when I get something that I think is particularly controversial, I wait. I wait and give it time to age, give it time to see if it's real, check it multiple places so that when I come out, I'm coming out speaking the truth from a foundation that I know is solid. So do that yourself. When you see something, don't just automatically accept it. We're in an age of confusion and misconception and misdirection. So be careful, because we need you to be awake and alert, and we need you to be able to know what's really going on and not be taken on some kind of a fantasy trip. So with that, I bless you all. All have a great time. By the way, I'm here in Branson, and we got hit by the snow, but we didn't get any ice. To those people who got hit by that ice, I hope you're okay. I hope you have electricity. This was a humdinger of a storm. So I hope everybody is blessed.
Could you do me a favor? Could you go outside and make a video? I want you to compact one of those things really, and then I want you to put a lighter to it and tell me if the snow that you're burning in Branson, Missouri smells like plastic.
Mel, I think you know I can't do that. So basically, to your audience, I've been in bed all day. I just hobbled up to do this because I threw my back out of all times when this snowstorm was on. So we'll just have to let Mel do that if he's got some snow around.
Hey, no
I
snow
can't
around
get out the door.
Brother, thank you so much. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye-bye, everybody.